So we are gonna go for new, browse, make sure that it's US metric, structural analysis default. This is the same one that the structural that appears there. We open it and we go for the elevation. Now level, we come over here, click twice, level 0 or level -1 as you wish, level 0, foundation. Yes, so when we have all our levels, we will go to do our structure. So first of all, we are gonna go for level 1, ground floor, and I'm gonna create my grid. Okay, we have to create the grid for the structure, that is the axis where we place our columns. So we create 1, okay, and in this direction I'm gonna copy it every 6 meters. Okay, if it's not exactly what I want, I just come here and modify the dimension, it will modify. In one direction, as you can see, we have numbers, in the other directions we have to place letters. So we come over here, we click twice, change to A. And now, when we draw the next axis for the structure, that it could be the same distance or different, it will appear A, B. After I have my axis, I'm gonna place my columns. To place my columns, we will go to structure, we'll come to column, and I'm gonna come to load family in order to have the one that I want. Load family, we have to come to US metric, structural columns, and you have, please, so we have wood, steel, precast concrete, light steel, and concrete. So we have the different typologies of columns over here. You just have to select it. Let's go, for example, for wood. We have timber column, okay, with the different sizes. I'm gonna use, for example, this one. Okay? Open. If it's not the dimension that I want, I would just edit type, duplicate, and place the right dimensions. Let's say that are 90 for 250, for example. Or 150 by 250. Okay, so we'll come here, 150, 250. Okay, and now I have my new column. I can place the columns one by one, just coming over here and place them. Or I can place them at columns if I already have the model and I place architectural columns, or at grids. In my case, I'm gonna go for grids. So I select add grids, select all the grids, finish, and go to view, 3D view, escape twice, and here are my columns. Okay? I'm gonna say that these columns in the middle, for example, they are for all the way from the ground to the first floor. So I'm gonna select all these columns. I go to plan, these columns over here, okay, just the columns, and I'm gonna say that they come from the ground floor to the lower roof. Apply. I'm gonna go to the 3D, have all these columns, I'm gonna orbit a bit. All these columns go from the ground floor till the roof. And I'm gonna have these 4. Oops, why is that? Okay, I'm gonna choose them one by one. These 4, they're gonna go from ground floor till level 3, so they won't have the whole thing. And these 2 from level ground till level 2. So in this way we have our columns only until the level that we need. Okay? In this case, if we want, in the level 3, that we don't have columns over here, okay, now we have 2 columns over here, so we still got them. So now we are going to create our foundation. As we are working in wood, you have to realize that wood don't usually go underground. It can, but it's not usual. Usually, when we have wood, we have or steel or metal until the first floor. Okay? That usually is not even in the level 0, it's a bit raised, so that the wood don't touch the soil because the terrain can be humid. Okay? So for the wood not to be damaged, usually they don't arrive. It can arrive. Okay? It can. But it's not always. So, one of the options that we have is to create concrete columns. Another option would be a steel. And another option would be to have the foundation, if we can, because the soil is enough resistant, we can create it in the ground floor and just over the ground floor. Instead of going down, going over. Okay? In this case, I'm going to create a small columns of concrete that they will arrive, or walls. I'm going to create retaining walls instead of having the columns. So I'm going to do a structure wall, a structural wall, 200, I'm going to edit, duplicate, 250, concrete foundation wall. Okay? And I'm going to create this wall in. Okay? From, oops, this is not letting me here. Okay. Wall, structural. From level foundation, 0, till ground floor. Apply. And I'm going to create this wall all over here. I'm going to create 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to create another one in the perimeter. Okay? And we go to the 3D. And we have created walls, and on the top of the walls we have our beams. Now this shouldn't be like this, so I'm gonna align this one to this face, this wall. Okay? So that all the walls arrive to the same point, and the same in the other place. So align to this face, this wall. Okay? So they are continuous. I'm gonna create now columns over here so you can see the difference. Okay? So instead of that, I'm gonna go for a structure column. I'm gonna see if I have the concrete ones. No? Yeah, concrete rectangular, edit type, duplicate, and I'm gonna do 250 by 250, for example. 250, 250. Okay. And I'm gonna place the columns on the foundation level. So column, add grid, I select only these ones, finish. Okay, and I go to the 3D. Oops, they are not touching, so I'm gonna select the 3 of them, and they have to go from foundation to level 1. Okay, no offset. So one thing is like this, the other thing is like this. In my opinion, I don't like these kind of things because it's like placing one column to another and then the joint. It's better to have at least a partial wall, or if you do this, you have to create a beam. So I'm gonna create a beam, structure, beam, concrete one, edit type, duplicate, 250 by, I'm gonna say 250 by 250. Okay, again. So I place the dimensions for my beam, and I will go to the plan, foundation or ground floor, beam, and I'm gonna do my beam all around. Go to the 3D. Okay. So all this is a structure. We can make it like this. So we have a beam that ties our beam, our columns. So we can place the other one on the top, or we can have the walls. Foundation. For walls, we have a strip foundation, we call it. Here they say a wall foundation, but it's a strip foundation. So wall foundation, edit type, duplicate. I'm gonna do it smaller, so I'm gonna do it 400 by 300. Any foundation that is less deep that 450 milli, so 45 centi, is considered a flexible foundation. Any foundation that is more than 450 milli, it's considered rigid foundation. Okay, for the calculus. Structure, wall foundation, I just select the walls, and the foundation will be under. Okay, isolated foundation, as I have few time, I'm gonna just select, you can just select the columns or place at columns. Okay, finish, you have your columns with your foundation. Okay, and now we have our